no games left against either Boston or Tampa. So they will need help, and they will have to play exceptional down the stretch. Aaron Laffey and the Tribe take the field. And let's get a look at Don Wakamatsu's starting 9 for the Seattle Mariners. Ichiro Suzuki, the familiar leadoff man, has gone 1 for 5 in the series. Franklin Gutierrez in the 2-hole, then Jose Lopez, Mike Sweeney, Russell Branyan, Bill Hall in the middle, Kenji Jojima, Josh Wilson, and Michael Saunders rounded out.
Well, it'll be Aaron Laffey on the mound for the Indians, making start number 12. He has pitched very, very well in this ballpark. He is 4-0 in 5 starts with a 1.51 ERA right here at Progressive Field. And he's been on a roll. He's won his last 3 starts. He's pitched very well against Seattle. He is 1-0 this year, but he had back-to-back starts. July 19th here, he had a no decision. And then out in Seattle, he pitched a gem, 7 innings, 3 hits. He did not allow a run and had career-high 7 strikeouts for him. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by the Indians Team Shop, where you can buy single-game tickets every day. In the outfield, Laporta's in left, Sizemore in center, Chu is in right. It'll be Peralta at third, Cabrera at short, Valbuena at second, Marte at first, Shopik behind the plate.
The umpiring crew tonight in this lineup was just hand-delivered to me from Jack Efta, so we know this is correct. It's Phil Cuzzy calling the balls and strikes. Brian O'Nora at first base. The crew chief, Tom Hallion, at second, and James Hoy is down at third. So Ichiro makes his way to home plate, and Aaron Laffey looking for win number 8. We'll try to pitch the Tribe to a win here this evening. Laffey saying that pitching at home affords him the opportunity of that routine. You're familiar with the routine. You know what time you're going to get in your car and turn the ignition. You know what time you're going to get to the ballpark.
Creatures of habit.
Yeah.
Well, we had talked about that, and, he's starting to learn his routine now because he's up there and he's making that start every 5 days. He's really getting better and better at it every time.
First pitch is in there for a strike.
Talking about routines, we talked about Mark Burley. In his routine, the one day he pitched the perfect game, he never stopped at the one place he stopped to get something
to drink.
Yeah.
He stops at the same gas station to pick up his energy drink, and he was already by the exit before he realized
it. He forgot it that day and said, oh, man, I'm probably going to go out and do terrible.
I'm going to get shelled.
And he pitched a perfect game.
I'll bet he doesn't stop anymore. 1-1. That guy at that service station is going to lose some business. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ichiro has had good success against Aaron Laffey, going 6 for 14. But I'll bet he's got good career numbers against just about everybody.
There you see the breakdown for Laffey. You just keep it inside on him. You force him to pull the ball.
Taps it by the mound. Valbuena gets rid of it in a hurry, and that is out number 1. Now to bring up Franklin Gutierrez. Well, that was the one thing about last night's game, Rick. If you'd have said that the Indians would hold Ichiro Suzuki to 1 hit in 5 at-bats, I wouldn't think they would have scored 9 runs. But that was the nature of last night's game.
Yep. Not a very good game. Well, and it's all settled. They scored early and often. They added on. They had a couple of big innings.
Franklin Gutierrez, 3 for 5 last night. And looks at a ball inside. Batting .290 on the year, 14 home runs, 52 runs batted in.
This is the spot, I think, where he belongs in this lineup, too. But when we were playing them earlier, they had Russell Branyan hitting second. And Russell's got the power, and he was hitting home runs, but he swings and misses so many pitches that you would think that was a very odd place for him to hit. This, to me, makes more sense.
Now the 2-0 pitch. And he missed again. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, he'll get rolling. That's where Laffey says a lot of times there's Russell sitting in the background. He hit one last night, high and deep to right.
New career high, 29 homers for Branyan. 3-1 to Gutierrez, who, when he is going well, will use right field and right center field, which is why I think you said he's better suited to be in that 2 hole.
Right. He's hitting .290 this year, and that's the reason why.
Up high, ball 4. A 1-out walk will bring up Jose Lopez. Laffey walked 4 in his last start in Minnesota. And he walked 3 in the start before that against Texas.
Remember, his wife was watching the game the next day on the replay and says, "You mean you walked the bases loaded? What are you doing?"
He said, "I did."
He didn't realize it. He got out of it, though.
Outside corner, a called strike to Lopez.
Well, and this is the one thing, though, when Laffey gets base runners, he's been very good at getting the ground ball double play. He has induced 16 of them this year.
Outside, 1-1. Jose Lopez, hard to figure that one out. 318 average on the road compared to 224 at home.
Well, their ballpark isn't the greatest hitter's park, but, he's a much better hitter than that. He's having a solid year when you look at second baseman.
Taps it foul. He leads the Mariners in doubles, runs batted in, and extra base hits.
Mm-hmm.
Not many second basemen can make that claim about their own team.
No siree. Well, the Aaron Hill's having probably the best year of anybody as second baseman. He's up there in the high 20s with home runs, and he has over 80 RBIs for Toronto.
1-2 pitch. Hit pretty well. Sizemore drifting back. That's going to die in right center field. 2 down. That'll bring up Mike Sweeney, the venerable designated hitter. 2 for 4 last night. He's one of those guys, every time you see him, you wonder, has he ever had a bad day in his life?
Yeah, he's a really personable guy. Loves the game of baseball. And his career numbers would be so much better, but the injury problems he had, remember with Kansas City, it seems like he never played a full year. Maybe one, his first full year.
And a first pitch strike from Aaron Laffey.
But he's always seemed to do damage to the Tribe. He'd always get the big hit. I remember Cliff Lee pitching to him one time. He had first base open. There was runners at second and third. And you're saying, all right, you're not going to throw this guy a strike. He threw him a strike and he hit a 3-run homer and beat the Indians.
You know what I remember about that? Kevin Millwood was on the radio with us.
Oh, yeah.
He had been suspended.
That's right.
He looked at me and said, that wasn't very smart.
I forgot about that, and he got in trouble for being on the air.
He wasn't supposed to be on the radio either. Oh, boy. But sometimes you have to learn the hard way.
Yeah, you had first base open. Of anybody you wouldn't throw a strike, it would have been him.
There's a liner just off the glove, I think, of Marte. It looked like he may have tipped it. On his way to third is Gutierrez. Throw not in time, and it goes into the photo well, and the Mariners are going to steal a run. Boy, a mistake there. Somebody either wasn't able to cut it or just completely whiffed on the cut.
Well, I didn't even see what happened. I know it went off the glove of Marte. I didn't see what happened on the throw and where it was at. Because I don't think Chu would have had a chance at getting Gutierrez at third base. See, it does go off the glove. So right then and there, you give him third base, you throw the ball to second. Now we'll see where the ball goes. He's going to come up and throw to third. Really no business to do that. It wasn't even close. That's a bad throw by Chu. He should not have even thrown that ball to third base. He just should have flipped it into second. That'll be an error on him.
And the Mariners grabbed the early lead.
He had no business. He had no chance at getting Gutierrez at third.
Trying to be too aggressive in that situation. 1-0 pitch to Branyan. Swung on and missed. Outside, 2-1. Mike Sweeney can probably come almost halfway down the line at third because with the shift on, Johnny Peralta's a good 40 feet away from him.
If there was anybody else out there on the bases, your third baseman would have to be over there. Because that could be a distraction right there to Laffey as far down the line as he can get.
Swung on and missed. He elevated the fastball. Good location, and it's 2-2.
Keep it right there above the belt and on the hands, and he will not hit it. There
That's
it is.
Just above that nitro zone.
That's exactly right. We showed it last night where Tomaoka, the first time he faced Russell, he threw him 3 pitches in that same spot, and he swung and missed every one. But the next at-bat, he threw another pitch that was about 6 inches lower, and it ended up as a souvenir in right field.
Yeah.
You can't hit that zone. You got to elevate it.
Now, 3-2 count with right-handed hitting Bill Hall on deck. And that's hit a ton. Deep right center and way out of here. Russell Branyan with another new career high, now 30 home runs on the year, 75 runs batted in, and Seattle stakes itself to a 3-0 lead.
You know what's weird is that Laffey, that's only the 4th home run given up. But Branyan hit a home run off him in Seattle, if you remember. So he has 2 of the 4 home runs that Laffey has given up, Russell Branyan has hit. And that is a big inning, so they get a 3-run inning here. And they do it with 2 outs. Let's see where this fastball is. Ouch. That one was not above the belt, and it was not inside. It was right into the barrel part of the bat, and that means power.
Nice grab, snow cone style. So the Indians will play from behind tonight. Bill Hall steps in, 2 down here in the first inning as Branyan celebrates a new career high in home runs.
Well, we knew this kid when he was back with the Indians how much raw power he had. And this is one year where he's been able to get a chance to play every day and put together a very solid season for the Mariners.
Now the 0-1 to Hall. Big chopper. Peralta lets it go to Cabrera, and the throw is on the money. So Russell Branyan's 2-run shot helps the Mariners grab a 3-0 lead. Now Asdrubal Cabrera and company will play catch-up. By Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Brady Sizemore in the top spot, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera batting .400 in the month of August. Then it's Chu, Peralta, Hafner, Valbuena, Shopik, Laporta, and Marte.
25-year-old right-hander Doug Fister making his 4th career appearance, his 3rd major league start, and his very first appearance away from Safeco Field. He's a big dude, man, 6'8", He's 1-0, a 1.93 ERA. Done a nice job. 10 hits in his 14 innings. Struck out 9, walked just 5. Supposed to have not a big hard thrower, but good control. Little breaking ball, change-up.
And at 6'8", you talk about leverage and throwing downhill.
Yeah,
he can do it.
Wouldn't be throwing straight downhill. You stay on top. First time he has ever faced the Indians. Most of his time this year. AAA, 22 games, 17 starts. He was 6-4.
It's funny, Rick. You think, boy, big guy has to be a hard thrower. But every once in a while, we've seen guys who are big and they don't throw hard.
You know what? Back when I think about what you're saying there, a lot of guys when I grew up that were 6'8" or big right-handed pitchers, they never did throw like 95 or 98. You could pick them up really easy because they give you that long look at the baseball.
Yeah. Good off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 2-2. What's impressive about Pfister is his minor league strikeout to walk ratio. Missed inside. At AAA this year, 79 strikeouts and 11 walks.
Well, what happens, and it won't translate that well up here, is that hitters, once they see what he has, they'll be able to lay off pitches. Down in the minor leagues, I think a lot of times if you're close, they swing at pitches like that.
Yeah.
Where Grady has never faced him before, and he just took a couple of close ones inside. That's the difference of major leagues and minor leagues.
So a leadoff walk brings up Asdrubal Cabrera. Pfister was a 7th-round pick out of Fresno State back in 2006. His dad also went to Fresno State. In fact, I read where his dad, Larry, played football at Fresno State back in the 1970s. Up high for ball 1.
Well, we got a little role reversal today, huh, in Boston? They're pounding the Yankees. It's 14-1.
Wow. It's a complete role reversal.
Yeah, no kidding. What was it, 20-11 last night? And then that was the same two teams that played 15 innings of nothing baseball. New York ended up beating them 2-0 in the bottom of the 15th last time they met in New York.
1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Gutierrez, that ball carries quite a way, all the way to deep center field, but that's still out number 1.
Let's check out the Mariners' defense behind Pfister this evening. In the outfield, it's Saunders in left, Gutierrez in center, Ichiro is in right. Hall back at third base where we thought. Josh Wilson is at short, Lopez at second, Branyan at first, and Kenji Jojima behind the plate.
Now Shin-Soo Choo. 2 for 5 with a double last night. Ground ball in the hole, and Choo has another base hit going the other way. So 2 on with 1 out here in the first.
Making a 7-game hitting streak. I like that stroke. He's really been going up the middle the other way, staying on the baseball. He peppered the left field wall a couple of times. That's what you call staying on the baseball. Like that stroke. There's a lot of hits that way. First hit for the Indians tonight.
And with 2 aboard and 1 out, Johnny Peralta will be the batter. And Peralta, like Choo, has a 7-game hitting streak. Johnny's actually hit a little bit better than Choo in his streak, batting .444, 12 for 27. But really, it goes back farther than that. I mean, since July 22nd, he's batted .355 overall. So that's one solid month.
Yeah, Johnny's been. You move him into that number 4 hole. He did this last year He's doing it again this year for whatever reason. It's tough to figure out. But Johnny, he's been getting the key hits when needed.
If the Indians make no changes, so this is strictly hypothetical, but if this is the collection of players that they open the season with next year, is it Chu or Peralta who bats in the cleanup spot, or is it a rotating basis?
You can flip-flop anything you want, depending on who's
starting.
Yeah, righty, lefty. I don't know, because Chu's hit fourth there this year. I don't think either one of them are a legitimate fourth-place hitter, to be honest with you. For a team, if you had, you'd love to have your power guy in the number 4.
Love to have Travis Hafner.
Yeah, if Travis Hafner was Travis Hafner. Yeah. He's not. But I'm saying you need your power guy in that spot, in the number 4 hole. Then you could, Cabrera has done a nice job up and down the lineup between second and third. Chu could go third, fifth. Johnny could do third, fifth. There's a slow hook. Left that one upstairs once they get an idea of the speed of that thing.
2 on, 1 out, 1-2 pitch. Bouncer to third. This could end it. They get one there. The relay in time. Around the horn they go. And the inning is over. 3-0 Seattle after 1. Airline of the Cleveland Indians, Continental Airlines, work hard, fly right. Buy McCafe coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. Three 0 Seattle on top. Bottom third of their order due up here in inning number 2. Kenji Jojima will lead it off. Had the night off yesterday. Liner to third. Nice grab by Peralta. One away. That's why they call it the hot corner.
Well, it's one step and dive is what it is. Watch this. One. He really didn't even have time to take a step. He just had his footwork down, lunged to the left, and made the catch.
Here's Josh Wilson now. 2 for 4 with a double and a home run last night. Josh Wilson was claimed off waivers from the San Diego Padres in June. And he got the call-up just a little over a week ago when Adrian Beltre had to be put on the disabled list again. Line foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, right now, Aaron Laffey has to put some zeros on the board until his offense can get to the big man of Seattle.
Here's the 2-2. And a liner just over the reach of Luis Valbuena. And Josh Wilson continuing to tear it up.
Yeah, he's swinging the bat well. There's a pitch upstairs. That's not where Aaron Laffey wants to live. That's one thing that happened last night with David Huff. Everything was up in the strike zone and middle of the plate. I mean, Mariners, they're not that good of a hitting club, but you make mistakes and they'll do some damage.
That's Josh Wilson's 7th hit in his last 16 at-bats. Now Michael Saunders. Big left-handed hitting outfielder. As you see David Huff, who at the start and the loss last night for the Tribe. Inside corner, a called strike. Former 11th round pick back in 2004 by the Mariners.
Well, this is where you be careful because this kid can bunt. He has like 5 bunt base hits this year.
One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. Laffey gets his first strikeout, 2 down here in the second. Let's have a look at the Alltel text poll question of the game. Who holds the Mariners record for most steals in a season with 60? Is it Ichiro, Julio Cruz, Harold Reynolds, or Brian Hunter? Text your answer to 31962. We'll have the results later in the game. Here is Ichiro Suzuki. Seems like too obvious a choice for that question. He has 24 steals on the year. Throw to first. Without giving away the answer, I will tell you that in his first year with the Mariners back in 2001, Ichiro led the American League with 56 steals. He hit .350 that year to also lead the league in that category, as well as leading the league in hits. Five times he's either led or shared the league lead in hits. One-zero pitch, outside 2-0. You know what's crazy, Rick? Back in 1994, now granted this is in Japan, but in 130 games in the Japanese league, he had 300 total bases.
Well, he's a single hitter, so I mean, he had to have over 200 hits.
That's in 130 games. He had 210 hits that year. 3-0 the count with a runner at first and 2 down. Snap throw low. Franklin Gutierrez will be next if Ichiro gets aboard here. And he will on 4 straight. So 2 on, 2 out. And Gutierrez, who walked and scored his first time up, will be the batter. Save 70 to 81% off jewelry right now during the Overstock sale at Alvin's, your Cleveland family jeweler since 1931. Thousands of items, rings, earrings, pendants, diamonds, and gold, all up to 81% off. Find sale dates and locations at alvinsjewelers.com. Two on, 2 out. Franklin Gutierrez steps in. Already the 40th pitch tonight for Aaron Laffey. So it's been a labor.
He hasn't
here
had
at the
his
outset.
control tonight either. Here's a guy that he's been brilliant, really, in his last 3 outings. He's gone out there and really pounded the strike zone well. Has worked ahead of hitters, but tonight has been a little struggle for him. 19 balls, 21 strikes out of his 40 pitches. That's not Aaron Laffey style.
One and 1 to count. Laffey delivers, and a big chopper to third. Peralta will take it himself, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. 3-0 Seattle. We are back here at Progressive Field. Bottom of the second inning. We just had a water bottle absolutely explode here in the booth. How did that happen?
You see that guy over there?
I thought a cloud burst. Okay. So it's a little damp. Luckily, the scorecard didn't get wet. Travis Hafner. There's that big curveball. And it's 0-2.
That thing's, 73 miles per hour. Really takes something off of it. It's like a little floater up there.
High fastball, and Travis just fights it off. The Mariners broadcasters were saying that he's primarily fastball slider. He'll mix in that
big slow
curve.
That's okay. You don't need to throw a pitch like that many times during the course of a game. I think once you let a hitter know that you have it, it puts it in the back of his mind that you do. And unless he's all over your other two pitches, then there's really no need to throw it that often.
And the 0-2 to Hafner. That's in the dirt. A ball and 2 strikes. Mariners made one roster move before today's game, affecting their bullpen. They sent Chris Jakubauskas back to AAA Tacoma and called up right-hander Randy Messinger. Messinger, a 28-year-old. Jakubauskas is 29. Now the payoff pitch. Back to the mound it goes. And Travis Hafner is out number 1. We haven't had many home runs to talk about here lately, but when the Indians hit them, we raise money for the Gathering Place. Our friends at Great Clips are donating $50 to the Gathering Place for every home run hit this year, and Rick and I are chipping in $5 each, so over $7,600 this year. You can log on to touchedbycancer.org to learn more about the Gathering Place. They do great work for individuals battling cancer as well as their family members with programs offered free of charge. Bueno looks at ball 1. Kind of had that Scott Pasednik thing going there where he went to the front of the box. 2-0. There's a strike. 2 balls. 1 strike. Valbuena, since the first day of July, has batted .308 in 29 games. Slow chopper to short. Josh Wilson throws, and in the low throw, but dug out nicely by Branyan, 2 away.
Well, Kick It is a campaign to raise money for pediatric, adolescents, and young adult cancer research. Kids can register their kickball teams at Indians.com and kickit.org. They'll hold kickball games in their communities to raise money through September, and then teams will be selected to play in a special Kick It game right down here at Progressive Field. It'll all take place on Sundays. Kick It kits are available at Indians Team Shop. Check out Indians.com or kickit.org if you would like to see more information.
Kelly Shopik, 0 for 4 last night. Looks at ball 1 down low. Kelly trying to snap and 0 for 12 all of a sudden. He was in a nice little groove there for a while. But this homestand has not treated him well.
I don't know what it is, but this team hits better on the road than they do at home. 20-point difference. 255 at home, 278 on the road. 49 homers at home, 78 on the road. Can't figure it out. You know, and one reason is Kelly's been swinging a lot of pitches out of the strike zone. Normally, when you get into a slump, or you try and hit everything thrown your way instead of being patient, having confidence that you will get a pitch. Every hitter goes through it a number of times during the course of the year.
And he's out looking. 1, 2, 3. The Indians go in order. And through 2, it's 3-0 Seattle. Back here at Progressive Field, where the Indians trail at 3-0. Slider's giving out some pizza.
Well, he better hold it upright or it's going to fall out of the box.
He wouldn't make it as a pizza delivery guy,
No,
would he?
sir, he would not.
No, he'd be fired.
Hey, Slider, you know that cheese and pepperoni I ordered on my pizza? It's now on the ground.
It doesn't taste good on the box top. Nice throw by Peralta all the way across the diamond to retire Jose Lopez, one away. Let's go down on the farm and look at our Subway fresh face of the game. Connor Graham. 5 games at Akron, 1-2, a 4.07 ERA. He came in the Rafi Betancourt trade from the Colorado Rockies. He's got a Rick Vaughn thing working there. Subway, play hard, eat fresh.
Are those regular glasses or goggles? That's what I want to know.
Want to take a ride down Akron?
Yes, indeed. We got to find out. Are they in town or out of town?
Mike Sweeney with a base hit his first time up. Takes a strike. You know what's crazy? I was looking at that Yankee Red Sox score you pointed out. Boston won 14-1. Boston had 14 runs on 15 hits. The Yankees had 1 run on 12 hits.
Wow. Must have hit into a number of double plays.
In the air left field. Matt Laporta makes the catch. 2 down.
Well, let's check out Russell Brandon's split screen here. The first time where Laffey throws the ball by him, it's a fastball. It's inside. It's above the belt. The home run, he gives him a little swinging room. It's down below the belt. And again, it ended up in the seats. The same thing happened last night to Tomo Oka. He struck him out on 3 pitches the first time, and then Russell got him because that ball got down in the zone a little bit more. And that's when you talk about a hitter's bat, when we talk about hitting mistakes or things like that, that's what hitters do. They made a mistake. They brought it down a little bit for Russell, and he got it out of the ballpark. When you execute your pitches in the location where you want to, you're gonna get him. He will strike out most of the time. But you don't always get the ball where you want it. And if you don't throw your secondary pitches for strikes and you only have 1 pitch that you can throw for a strike, which would be the fastball, hitters are going to get you as well. That's why you can't get stuck throwing just that 1 pitch, or they better be located beautifully.
Fouled back out of play.
Boy, he's right there, isn't he? Teixeira 31, Carlos Pena, again, he's got 33. Look at Aaron Hill, the second baseman for Toronto, 29. That kid's not that big. He packs a lot of punch.
Liner deep right field, but he hooked it foul. Well, it's interesting. Here are the Indians who've gone, what, 9?
10.
10 games without a home run at home.
Yeah.
10 games at home without a homer. The Red Sox set a team record today with their 8th consecutive multi-homer game.
Yeah, well, that's a little different ballpark, too.
Ground ball. That's the shortstop Cabrera playing over near second. He'll throw out Brandon to end the inning. Mariners go in order. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-zip Seattle. wants to see the Indians' bats go to work here. It'll be Matt Laporta, Andy Marte, and Grady Sizemore, who will try to get Aaron Laffey some runs now. Laporta 1 for 4 with a double in the series. Well, that was just last night. And Doug Fister with the first pitch strike. Doug Fister was first drafted by the San Francisco Giants in 2003. And then the New York Giants took him after his junior year in college in the 5th round, but he did not sign.
The New York Giants?
No, the San Francisco Giants, then the New York Yankees.
Okay.
Did I say the New York Giants?
Yeah, I was going to say he's a football player, too.
No, he tried. He went and he got in the time machine and went back to 1950, and then the New York Giants drafted him. So he passed up a 5th round opportunity to sign with the Yankees, and then a year later signed as a 7th round pick with Seattle. Usually guys will go back into the draft to improve their draft status. But slow chopper, third base, Billy Hall, bare hand grab, won't have it in time. And Matt Laporta has an infield single. Here's our great clip of the game from last night. Andy Marte with his second 2 RBI game since getting called up from AAA. First had a base hit in front of Bill Hall, then one over toward the line, driving in 2 runs last night. Relax, you're at Great Clips. Marte looks at a ball outside. One walk, 1 strikeout so far tonight for Doug Fister, who had a 7.1 strikeout to walk ratio at AAA this year. Liner towards center, coming hard. Gutierrez can't get it. He'll play it on a hop. Into second goes Laporta. And back-to-back singles for the 8th and 9 hitters for the Indians here in the 3rd.
Well, they gave him the start. And, I thought Gutierrez was going to continue to come and try and dive for that ball, but this must have had some topspin on it. Franklin, a very good center fielder. It looked like he had a beat on it, and he was coming in, and then all of a sudden, the last minute, he realized he wasn't going to get there, and then pull up. See, here he comes. Nope, I can't get there, so you got to let it go. You don't possibly play it into a double. You keep you give the base hit, you keep the double play in order. That was a smart play. He didn't think he could catch it right at the last minute. But it goes as a base hit for Marte, so the Indians with something going now.
Grady Sizemore walked his first time up and takes a strike.
There you go. They can get a couple runs on this board, right back in it.
Grady Sizemore, native of Bellevue, Washington, just outside of Seattle. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive, center field. Gutierrez coming hard again. He'll have to play it back on the hop, and the bases are loaded. So back-to-back hits right at Gutierrez, but both of them sinking fast in front of him.
Well, and there's one as a base runner. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you have to hold your ground. You can't take a risk, because even if Laporta started at second base, he wasn't going to score anyway. And if you overrun it and he catches it, it's a double play. So he did the right thing. He had a feeling it was going to drop. But you just move up 1 base at a time. So it's 3 straight singles, all started by the Laporta infield single. Then a couple of balls right in front of Gutierrez, and the table is set now.
As Dribble Cabrera flied to center field his first time up. This is a double play ball to second. They'll kill 2. Indians get a run home. It's a 3-1 ball game. No RBI for Cabrera as Laporta comes home. Marte goes to third.
Second double play the Indians hit into tonight.
Not sure what Cabrera was looking for early in the at-bat.
That was something that was off speed. It was a changeup is what it was. He was looking for a fastball, and he actually started that changeup up high, and he thought it was a fastball, and he had him out on the front, and he rolled over on it. So the 4-6-3 double play.
Well, now Shin-Soo Choo, who had a base hit his first time up. In there for a strike. 1-1 to count. Ground ball to second. Lopez will throw him out. Bases loaded, nobody out. Indians managed just a run and through three. It's 3-1 Mariners. Aaron Laffey has made 54 pitches through the first three. Set him down 1-2-3 in the third, and let's hope that gets him going.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Coming off his first 1-2-3 inning. And it's going to end. They jump on the first pitch.
Laporta makes a nice backhand to hold Hall to a leadoff single.
Upstairs, that breaking ball from Aaron Laffey. That's a pitch that for Aaron has been very good when he's had two strikes, where he goes to the back door and the right-handers give up on it, but he gets inside prior to that.
Inside corner, a called strike to Kenji Jojima, who lined out to third his first time up.
Aaron Laffey's a kind of a left-hander. If you're an opposing team, this is a guy you would hit and run against. You know, you're not going to get a good jump stealing the base, but he's a ground ball pitcher, and you want to stay out of double play, so you want to get some infielders moving around. If somebody can handle a bat, you start your runner at first base. And, you know, you have a lead. You're down at the bottom part of your lineup. Good time to do it.
Tried to bunt its way on. It hit him while he was in the box. So the count now 1-2.
It wasn't a bad idea. It looked like Peralta was back, but you see that ball bounces right down and hits him before he even takes a step.
1-2 the count. That'll even it up. Hey, you can win a new home theater system in the Great Clips Upgrade My Viewing contest. Package includes a 32-inch Samsung 1080 TV, a Sony Bravia DVD home theater system, and a Sony Blu-ray player. Stop by your local Great Clips location and register to win before August 30th. I play it on the right side.
Send along some birthday wishes tonight. John Laird of Coshocton turning 76. John, happy birthday. Jessica Bevan of Hilton Head, South Carolina, turning 58. Maybe we should tell Higgy to wish him a happy birthday. He lives down there in Hilton Head. Jim Wyatt of Columbus turning 56. Happy birthday, Jim. And Kristen Keefe of Glenford, Ohio, turning 33.
In the air, right field, Chu has a beat on it. That's out number 1. Let's go back right now for the first time tonight to the STO studios. Here's a Ford Sports update with Ashley Collins.
Thanks, Matt. We'll head out to Boston where the Red Sox were hosting the Yankees. Kevin Youkilis would hit 2 home runs today, but the Red Sox would go on to beat the Yankees 14-1 and outrail New York by 6.5 games in the AL East standings. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ashley. There we have 1 on, 1 out. And the Indians trailing the Mariners 3-1. Josh Wilson, a base hit his first time up. Wilson now 3 for 5 in the series with a single, a double, and a homer. Ground ball to third, hugging the line, but just foul. Right down the chalk, but wide of the bag. One on, 1 out, 1-1 count. And a line drive single into center field, and Wilson just stays locked in right now.
Talk about pulling your hands in and then doing a nice job. He went and dug that ball out. That's a pretty good job. Watch his hands. All right, let's, what do we got? Our direct energy bringing the gas. Going back to the second inning. Saunders the hitter. Aaron Lappy gets ahead of him with a strike. Make it 2. He's down in the count. Wouldn't chase the breaking ball. Gets him with a fastball inside.
Direct Energy, simple solutions for your natural gas supply needs. So 2 on with 1 out. Fouled right back.
You talk about digging 1 out. Watch Josh Wilson go in here. Boom. Look at him bring those hands through. That's a pretty good swing. That pitch down and in. Lined it into center field. He's now 2 for 2.
Saunders fouls it over toward the Mariner dugout. No balls, 2 strikes. .66 pitches for Laffey, 40 for strikes so far tonight. And the 0-2 is up and in. He really gave him a shave with that one. Popped him up behind the plate. Kelly Shopik will make the basket catch. 2 down.
Well, follow the Tribe on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com @Bat 2009. It's a great new application. Features play-by-play video highlights and live audio broadcasts. Visit Indians.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase this app today.
Two on, two out. Ichiro Suzuki 0 for 1 with a walk is the batter. And it's up high for ball 1. Fouled over on the third base side.
Boy, see, he got in there and he really couldn't do anything with that pitch. I don't even know if that was a strike, but he was able to get Ichiro to swing at it. And he cannot maneuver the baseball from in there. See, he may try to go that way, but he cannot dig that out. The only way you're going to try and do something is you try and get him cheating where he can pull the ball. Then he's doing you a favor. See, that pitch opens up that pitch right there when he knows that you will come inside. Now go back in there again. Don't give him any more swinging room. Shopik wanted to go back in there again, but you see that ball moved out over the plate. Go back in again.
Bloop towards center. Grady coming hard. He'll make the running catch, and the inning is over. Mariners strand a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-1 Seattle. (3-1) Seattle in front. Home half of the fourth. Johnny Peralta leads off and takes a strike over the outside corner. Indians had first and second, one out in the first inning, and Peralta hit into an inning-ending double play. They had bases loaded, nobody out in the third, and as Drupal Cabrera hit into a double play, short-circuiting a potential big inning. This scoreboard update brought to you by Wendy's. It's way better than fast food. It's Wendy's. Outside, 2-1. Peralta went 1 for 3 last night. And on the homestand, has gone 7 for 16. And there's what a play at third by Hall. The throw, and he got him. That looked like a base hit for sure. But Bill Hall said not so fast.
Well, that's a nice play on both ends. Look at Bill Hall saying, nice pick, Russell. But this is a terrific stab. That ball was by him. And he got to his feet. The ball goes down. It was a long enough hop where it made it a little bit easier for Branyan at first base, but a terrific play here by Bill Hall. We saw him last night in left field, and he struggled a couple times on balls at him, and we figured, why is he not at third base with the left-hander out there? Well, he is tonight, and he made a beautiful play.
Looks a little more comfortable closer to the closer he gets to home plate. Shift on for Travis Hafner, who hit a tapper back to the mound his first time up. One ball, one strike. Hafner 3 hits in his last 18 at bats. There's a drive deep right center field. Back it goes and gone. Travis Hafner drives his 12th home run of the year into the Indians bullpen and makes it a 1-run game.
That's the first home run for the Indians in this ballpark in their last 10 games. Boy, we haven't heard those fireworks in a while, have we? Except after the game. 12th homer of the season. This is going to be our Pepsi home run replay, and you got to love it. Into the Indians bullpen. Oh, that ball stayed out over the plate. Travis put a swing on it, knew he hit it well. And it is now a 3-2 game. Boy, that's nice to see one guy circle a base. It's been a long time here.
Valbuena bunts it foul. I want to say it's a span of 400
it's
plate
almost
appearances.
400 plate appearances. Yeah. Tommy Bowe had it at 355 early into yesterday's game, so it's awfully close to 400. But 10 games is 10 games. It's easier to say like that. Only Tommy would know plate appearances. You know?
The 0-1, little squibber hit to short. Wilson throws him out, 2 down. Well, don't forget to stop by your local Ohio Lottery retailer and pick up a Mega Millions ticket for the drawing that comes up on Tuesday. Tuesday's drawing worth $252 million.
That's crazy. How can nobody? I mean, you might imagine how many tickets were sold for that, and not one person won. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
It is. But you got to get what is it, 7 numbers?
I think we got a better chance of getting hit by lightning than we do of winning that thing.
Oh, great. That's what I want to hear.
Why don't you go out there and stand by the pole?
Why don't you climb up the light tower?
Yeah.
Here's a 1-0 pitch to Shopik. Swing and a miss, evens the count. Yeah, because the other thing you got to remember about the Mega Millions, it's not just Ohio. It's like,
right.
What is it, 6 states?
I know it. That's the amazing thing. And everybody you know, and I know, they're buying them.
Especially now. I love the people who say, well, I only play when the lotteries get big. Like they couldn't use $1 million.
That's exactly
They
right.
only want it if it's 90 to 100 million. I'm not bothering because I don't want the headache of $1 million.
Right, I have enough friends as it is.
Swing and a miss, and the Indians' inning is over, but not before Travis Hafner's 12th home run of the year cut Baseball is brought to you by Subway. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Alltel Wireless. Choose who you call for free with My Circle. Any number, any network. "3-2, Mariners in front by a run. They got all three in the first. Since then, Aaron Laffey has thrown up 3 zeros. He'll face Franklin Gutierrez, Jose Lopez, Mike Sweeney here in the 5th. And he goes right at him with a first pitch strike. I thought it was interesting, Rick, that the Mariners' win last night gives them a career record of 35-34 here at Progressive Field. And that's one of only 3 current or former AL road parks in which the Mariners have a winning record. Tropicana Field, they're 29-17. An old Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington, Minnesota.
Well,
they were 18-17-1.
Now wait a minute. Okay, Seattle came in 77, so they only played. They played 14 years or 4 years there. That's right.
One down here in the 5th. Let's get another look at the Alltel Text Bowl. Who holds the Mariners record for most steals in the season with 60? Ichiro, Julio Cruz, Harold Reynolds, and Brian Hunter are your choices. Text your answer to 31962. Results coming up in a little while.
Well, we'll be going back outside there next year in Minnesota. The Target Field.
For the record, the Mariners are 49-49 at the Rogers Center in Toronto. So they need one more win there.
Not above there. That's right. And they won't go there this year.
Pitch is outside for ball 1.
One thing about the Seattle Mariners, they have probably the most brutal travel schedule of any team in this league. The closest park that they have is Oakland, isn't it? That's 2 hours.
It's
2 hours
flight,
away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your, in your division, that's your closest flight. That is a tough travel schedule. On their off days,
they spend most of the off
most
days
of the time you're in the air. Yes, indeed.
You'll lose the time coming east.
Right.
1-2 pitch outside.
This is their second trip to Cleveland. We only made one to Seattle. And we've done it that way before. We've made 2 trips to Seattle, and they come here once. I mean, it always seems to even out.
Little squiver. That stayed fair. That was an odd-looking swing, and that's out number 2.
That's what you want to stay. As a pitcher, stay fair. That's an easy out, and that's the number 3 hole hitter, so you like that one.
And Jose Lopez is saying, what just happened?
Well, it's a cue stick. I mean, it's off the end. Watch it right off the end of the bat. Good changeup.
Oops.
And you're saying, please go foul. Now I have to run this thing out. Drop your bat and oh boy. Yeah, that's like a wasted at bat. But it was a good pitch by Laffey because he had him way out front.
Mike Sweeney 1 for 2. Of course, you have a bat like that where you hit it off the very end of your bat and you're mad and you're frustrated, and that lasts until you reach the top step of the dugout and somebody says,
nice swing. Boy, you smoked. They got all of that one.
In the dirt. 2-1. (3-2). Mariners lead it. Hits even at 5 apiece. Seattle batting here in the 5th with 2 down and the bases empty. Strike to the outside corner evens it up 2-2. Nice crowd here at Progressive Field tonight. After the ball game, it's Rockin' Blast Part 2. Big fireworks show.
Did you hear any reports on the one last night?
Yeah, I mean, It's a pretty impressive show.
They say it's a spectacular show.
What's really neat, it's the only time they do it here, but they shoot them, I don't know how they do it. It's like they shoot them literally right off the whole roof of the ballpark. Like right out by the light standards. It's pretty,
I got you.
Pretty neat looking.
They say it's a terrific show.
Ground ball to third, and it's a fair ball. Kicked off the glove of Peralta when he went to the backhand side. It goes into the seats, and on his way to second base is Mike Sweeney. He's got a double with 2 down.
Well, Johnny got leather on it. He's off the line. This one is right over the bag, and it's slicing away from him. Goes off the edge of his glove, and watch the fan catch it. Ground rule double. And there's nothing he could do. I mean, that ball, that's fair. Reaches over and gets a souvenir. Was going to go over the tarp and be a ground rule double anyway.
Now Russell Brandon with a shift on. 2-run homer in the first inning. He went right at him inside off the plate.
Well, Laffey realizes that the pitch that he hit out in the first inning, he didn't locate it well, and he got it right into his zone. And he knows that if he throws his fastball where he wants to, he's going to get him out.
Check swing. That ball went ricocheting into the seats and then carried about 25, 30 feet away where another fan came up with it. Boy, somebody took that one.
Well, there's nothing you can do. That's almost like a deflection as a fan. I mean, he didn't even swing the bat or mean to hit it.
One pitch in there, a called strike. Swung on and missed, and that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth. 3-2 Mariners. Three-two, Mariners lead it. Cotton candy time here at Progressive Field. Matt Laporta, Andy Marte, and Grady Sizemore will bat for the Tribe against big right-hander Doug Fister. And Laporta takes ball one. He had an infield hit, and that produced the inning's first run of the game.
Well, and they had that inning set up, actually, 3 consecutive hits. That's what got that inning going.
Chops it foul.
Got to hit a little softer if you want to try and do it again. But they're right back in it, down a run.
Good pitch, fastball, outside corner, strike called, 1-2. Matt Laporta 2 for 5 in the series. Breaking ball hit on the ground, foul again. And the 1-2. Fastball again. Bounced to third. Fair. Hall, long throw. And Laporta just did leg it out. His second consecutive infield hit. And the Indians' leadoff man aboard again.
Well, it was right over the bag. And actually, because Hall couldn't get enough on this throw is the reason why he beat this out. Watch, the ball hits and stops. It checked up on the grass is what happened. And that enabled Laporta to beat it. Look at, he almost quit. You know what? You never think that it's going to go far. You run hard and let the umpire bring you back.
Andy Marte, base hit his last time up. 3 for 5 in the series.
Andy thought that one was high. Got the maybe floating strike zone.
Fouled away. 0-2. Just missed outside with it. 1-2 the count. .66 pitches for Doug Fister. 44 have been for strikes. Bounced it in front of home plate. Laporta holding at first. And the count back to even at 2-2. Taking too long, but he lets it go, and a swing and a miss. Third strikeout for Fister, one down here in the fifth, and we'll go back to the STO studios for a Ford Sports update. Once again, here's Ashley Collins.
Thanks, Matt. We'll head out to Chicago with the White Sox leading 1-0. Alexei Ramirez with a single to right field, bringing in Jim Thome. White Sox are leading the Orioles 3-0 in the fifth. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ashley. The Chicago White Sox started the night 3.5 in back of Detroit. Oh, it didn't mean to, but he rolls it slowly to second. And Lopez throws out Sizemore, 2 down.
Well, tomorrow afternoon when the Indians face the Mariners, all kids 14 and under will receive a Cleveland Indians art kit. It'll also be Kids Fun Day. So go on out before the game, out on the plaza, kids. They got a bunch of activities. You can run the bases after the game, and it'll end the homestand. Then we say bye. We go out on the road for about 11 days. So come on to the ballpark and get that art kit.
As Dribble Cabrera takes a strike, he is 0 for 2 tonight. Base hit right here would tie the game, though, and Cabrera would love to make amends for hitting into a double play with the bases loaded and nobody out in the third. Pop foul off to the left. And the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. So the inning is over, and after 5 complete, it's 3-2 Seattle. And so we go to the 6th inning. It'll be Bill Hall, Kenji Jojima, and Josh Wilson for the Mariners. Hall singled his last time up. He's 3 for 6 in the series. He's made a couple of terrific defensive plays tonight at third. Two and 0 the count. No activity in the Indians bullpen, despite the fact that Aaron Laffey is approaching that 100 pitch mark, which, as we all know, means his night will be coming to an end fairly soon. Sure, Eric Wedge and Carl Willis want to see him work through this 6th inning.
You know, if he can get through this 6th inning and keep it to where it is, Matt, he had to battle tonight to get through this ball game, especially after giving up 3 in the 1st inning. And we've seen Aaron before, where when he has had his struggles in the first. Anaheim comes to mind, where a couple of pass balls and he had the 42 pitch inning, but he hung in there and he battled through. They did get him in the 5th. But if he can get through this 6th inning and just give up the 3 runs, that would be I consider it a very good start.
Well, leadoff man aboard on the base hit by Bill Hall. So we'll see what Laffey has up his sleeve to try and get out of this inning now. Let's check out our Northern Ohio Toyota dealers game recap. If you just joined us, Franklin Gutierrez would come around to score the first game on an error as the ball was over the cutoff man's head and past Johnny Peralta. Russell Brandon then hit a 2-run homer with 2 outs to make it 3-zip Seattle. Travis Hafner's solo homer made it a 1-run game in the 4th. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com.
Well, we have not seen Aaron Laffey tonight with that good ground ball double play coming off a sinker. He could use one right here. This could be a big boost for him.
Does have 7 ground ball outs tonight.
This has been, I think, when you ask him after tonight, he's had to really battle his way through this.
Chu with a sliding catch in right field and hangs on for out number 1. Chu kind of got caught in between. It was almost as if he didn't know whether to charge or stop and play it on the bounce.
That's almost the lights. I think those light standards are. They gave him trouble the other night. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. You see him hang back? Then he says, well, I got to get after it. He was able to make the catch. I'm thinking that initially that ball might have had been around the light towers.
And like all good golfers, he replaced his divot. 1 on, 1 out for Josh Wilson. 2 for 2, 2 singles, and he is really tearing it up with 4 hits in the series. Josh Wilson had 2 career home runs entering this year. He had 3 in 8 games with the Mariners. And that third came yesterday. 3 home runs in the span of 8 games. And he had 3 consecutive multi-hit games, August 16th through the 19th. And now back-to-back multi-hit games in the first 2 of this series. This is either one of those deals where it's a flash in the pan, or the Mariners have found themselves a golden nugget off the waiver wire. Don Wakamatsu.
Now would be the time to start your guy. 2-1 count, 1 out. There he goes.
Strike called. Throw him out at second.
Throw.
2 down.
Boy, he must have missed a sign. 2-1 count, and he didn't offer it that pitch, and it was a good pitch to swing at. Unless they just had a straight steal sign on. I'll tell you, 2-1 count. Boy, that's a pitch right there. Shopik comes up and beautiful throw. He missed. He didn't even tag him. Ball beat him by so much that, it was close.
Ground ball in the hole, and what do you know? Josh Wilson has another hit, his 3rd of the night.
Let's see if he tags him. I don't even think he tagged him here. But the throw, look, he's sitting there waiting for him. Could have had a cup of coffee. He didn't even come close to him.
That's the old area code play.
Yeah, it was close enough.
Michael Saunders 0 for 2 steps in. Let me ask you something. If you're in that situation and you're Bill Hall, if you steal a base like that and you go in head first and you don't think he tagged you at all, even though the ball beat you by a ton, do you argue?
No, you don't argue. You run past him and say he didn't even tag me. Make sure he tags me next time.
Peralta cuts it off.
Good job, Laffey.
Throws him out. Aaron Laffey works around the leadoff hit. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 Seattle.
An autumn night here. It sure is with the clouds.
It changed with that late afternoon shower we had here in downtown Cleveland.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's, what's it, about 70 degrees?
Maybe. Shin-Soo Choo, 1 for 2 tonight, leading off the home half of the sixth. He'll be followed by Johnny Peralta, Travis Hafner.
Well, see if the offense can get Laffey a couple of runs here, because I'm sure he's done for the evening. He battled his way through, though. I'll give him credit, man.
He did a nice job. Choo in the air, left field. Routine for Saunders. 1 down. Time now to take a look at our All-Care Dental Indentures Smilin' Easy Cam. And tonight, I want to say to all the All-Care folks out in North Olmsted, Ohio, with 17 locations across northeastern Ohio, All-Care Dental Indentures make seeing the dentist easy. Johnny Peralta, bouncer to third. Hall on the move, guns him down 2 away.
Well, an Indian game always makes a great group outing, and groups of 25 or more receive discounts of up to half off ticket prices. Just call 216-420-HITS and organize your group outing today.
You know, Seattle starter Doug Fister has pretty much been as advertised tonight. Not an overpowering guy. Doesn't light up the radar gun, but he throws strikes. He only walked 1, and that was the leadoff man, Grady Sizemore. He is a control pitcher when he has his good command. There's one pitch that found the middle of the plate, and Travis Hafner found the Indians' bullpen with it.
Well, they have had a couple opportunities, but he made the pitches when he's had to make them. So, you give Fister credit. I mean, he's done a nice job of going through this lineup, getting the outs when he's had to.
7 innings, 3 runs allowed to the Yankees in his first major league win. Hafner is going to ground out here, and the inning is over. Tribe goes 1-2-3, and we'll go to the 7th, 3-2 Seattle. Needs. Visit directenergy.com/GoTribe for details. And by AM/PM. Too much good stuff. Probably a little rough out there on Lake Erie tonight.
Yeah, you think so? How'd you like to be on your jet ski now?
No, I don't think so.
You'd be in the water.
Be cold. 3-2, Mariners on top. Ichiro, Gutierrez, and Lopez here in the 7th.
Well, I figured that Laffey was done, but I wonder if they're just going to bring him out to face Suzuki, the left-hander.
104 pitches on the night so far. I didn't see. Was that Chris Perez warming in the
yes,
bullpen?
it is. Yes, it is.
He should be close to ready now.
He's been on a roll. He's been throwing the ball very well.
0-2 count. Laffey going right at it, Ichiro. And a bouncer by him. Cabrera unloads in a hurry, and he got him. Nice play by Asdrubal, who knew he had no time to dawdle.
Well, we can celebrate Labor Day weekend here at Progressive Field, where we will return Friday, September 4th. We'll face the Twins, and there again will be another post-game fireworks show. It's the ultimate car giveaway, where one lucky fan will win a Ford Mustang. That is September 4th, Friday. Minnesota Twins.
Well, Laffey's going to stay in there to face Gutierrez.
That's fine. I like it. I like it a lot.
I think they like the way he attacked Ichiro and give him one more hitter, I suppose.
Well, this is something that you learn. Now, this kid, Eric says he's earned the right to stay out there because he's battled his way through. Now you give him one more. He's got the right-hander ready just in case, one of these right-handers, get to him. But, man, Aaron Laffey has battled tonight to stay into this ball game. He hasn't had his great stuff. He hasn't had his good sinker. But he's had to work his way through it, and, boy, I'll tell you what, he's done a nice job.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Just missed with it, 2-1. Mike Sweeney in the hole behind Jose Lopez. 3-1. Now the 3-1 to Gutierrez. Yanked foul, full count. Now the left-hander's payoff pitch. In the air right field, Chu sprinting back on the track, makes the catch about a stride and a half in front of the fence, 2 down.
Well, and another good thing, you're making the guy use the big part of the ballpark to get it out of there. 3-2, you're not going to walk him, force him. If he's going to hit it out, you got to hit it out the other way, and not many guys are strong enough to do that. Hit it well, but Chu makes a nice play. And Laffey says, all right, let's go. One more.
And Jose Lopez, 0 for 3, will be the batter. Remember, the last time he was up, he hit one off the end of the bat, and it just dribbled down the first baseline. This is a weak ground ball to short as Asdrubal Cabrera throws him out. And a gritty performance tonight by Aaron Laffey. 7 innings for Laffey, but he's on the short end. soon. You can keep up to date at paninisgrill.com. Well, back here at Progressive Field, bottom of the 7th for the Indians. See if they can get something going against Doug Fister. You know they're fired up by the way Aaron Laffey went at him and set the top of the order down 1-2-3 in the 7th inning.
Yes, he did.
And sometimes a pitcher can have that kind of a motivating factor for an offense. They want to go out and pick him up now. Valbuena lines one to left, and it's off the glove of Saunders. Valbuena digging for second, and he's going to go in there sliding. Saunders just momentarily took his eye off the ball, and it popped loose, and the Indians catch a break. Now can they cash in?
Well, that's the break they needed. You know, a one-run ball game. Seattle plays a lot of them. And he just breaks back, and it goes off the top of his glove. He had to take his eye off of it. That's the only thing I could figure. It's right there. Puts it up. It goes off the end of his glove. That's got to be a two-base error.
It is, indeed.
Yes, indeed. That ball, I mean, your guy's battling your pitcher, and the next thing you know, a little mistake. Now he's going to have to try and pick up his defense. So both teams has made an error tonight. They are, I told you on the first.
Oh, up and in and nails Shopik in the chest, I think. Or did it hit his bat? I'm not sure. Oh, he's taking that glove off. Must have got him on the hand.
Yeah. Yes, indeedy. Boy, that's scary. He had no chance to get out of the way, did he?
No.
Looked like it got him right on the right hand.
What about the ricochet? Did it get anything else? Or
Well,
just right
I
off
don't
the fingers?
know. I mean, it happened so quickly. I did not even see it, Matt.
I thought it hit him
might
right in the
have chinned.
chest.
It might have. It might have got him in the chin.
And it did. And Shopik will get his base.
Oh, boy, that's a scary situation. He couldn't. It did.
It did hit him right in the chest, and I think it might have
came
got his
up and-
knuckles,
yeah,
too.
I'll tell you what, that had to hurt. And there was no chance for him to get out of the way. That ball was running up and in. That's a scary situation. Look at him. I mean, he's a catcher. He's used to getting hit. He's a tough customer right there.
I think if I read his lips right, he said, that's not the first time I've been hit like that. I'm sure he got lit up by a linebacker or two in his day running the football
Well,
back in high school.
When that ball's coming at 90 miles an hour, that's a scary situation.
Right-hander Mark Lowe was one of the top hold men in baseball in terms of middle relievers.
Well, this is set up for the Indians this inning, man. Error to start it up, a two-base error, then the hit batter. Now we'll see if Laporta can bunt him over, move the runners along.
That's what Shopik was trying to do. So we'll see. Matt Laporta 2 for 2 tonight. Couple infield singles. He squares and takes a ball down low.
Just bunt it to third base line. Force the third baseman to field it, and your job is done.
He jabbed at it, and it's fouled back. 1-1.
See, here's the question. When you're hitting in the middle part of the lineup down in Columbus, do they ever call upon you to bunt? But even if they don't, when you get to the big league level, you still have to know how to put a bunt down. I don't care who you are or where you hit in the lineup.
First and second, nobody out here in the 7th. Indians down a run. Laporta squaring early. And he can't get it down. It's fouled away.
Yeah, you can tell that's not a good attempt because the barrel head of the bat is back behind the plate. He's out there, trying to feel for that breaking ball. And actually, a breaking ball is an easier pitch to bunt than the fastball because, you see, he just didn't get it out front.
All right, so 1-2 the count. Let's see if he tries to bunt with 2 strikes or if he tries to move him by swinging.
Well, they're going to swing him now because if they're those two.
Check swing, and he may get it done with this. The flip to first, and how about that? Matt Laporta on a check swing bouncer moves the runners as if it were a sacrifice bunt.
Well, job done. There's nothing you can say. He didn't mean it. Excuse me. He wanted to check his swing, but it'll go as an at-bat. That's the only difference in not putting the bunt down. It costs you an at-bat, but you get the runners over. That's the bonus.
Right now, if you're Doug Fister, you're saying, are you kidding me?
Well, he's not going to be out there. I mean, he has done. Not his fault.
He's going to get the hook. And Don Wakamatsu is going to go to Mark Lowe, who is tied for third with 21 holds in the American League this year. So we've got a timeout in the action. Indians threatening here in the seventh. They trail it 3-2. Reminder, next Saturday, the Browns host the Titans at Brown Stadium at 7:30, presented by AT&T. For a limited time only, you can get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for just $99. Browns Family Value Back. Buy it online at clevelandbrowns.com. So Andy Marte will be the batter with second and third and 1 out. And Mark Lowe, who has done a terrific job at holding the lead. He's the 5th pitcher in Mariners history to have at least 20 holds in a season.
Well, he's got his work cut out for him tonight. Second and third, tying run at third base, go-ahead run at second. He is facing the number 9 hitter in Andy Marte.
Marte struck out his last time up. And in there for a strike. Marte is hit now in 3 straight games as he looks at a ball outside. 5 hits in his last 9 at bats. And believe it or not, Andy Marte is 6 for 13 with runners in scoring position this year. A strike to the outside corner. So half of his hits with the Indians have come with runners in scoring position. None probably bigger than this one right here, though. Second and third, 1 out. And a golden opportunity for the Indians. Trailing it by a run. Marte now down on the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Valbuena the tying run at third. Shopik the go-ahead run at second. And the 1-2 pitch in the alley. And Gutierrez will make the catch. Here's the throw to the plate. Valbuena will score as it's cut off. And we are tied at 3.
Well, they take advantage of it, but that kid in left field, man, what's he doing? I mean, the throw is for Gutierrez. He cuts in front of him and bothers him. He really has no business doing that because that's where Gutierrez has a strong throwing arm. Marte does a nice job of getting this slider away. Now watch, he's going to cut right in front of him. You got to be kidding me, man. There's a runner coming in. Get out of the way. And that was a good throw. They cut it. No reason to cut it because the guy on second base wasn't going to third. They're going to say he tagged too early, and the home plate umpire says no, he did not. So we have a tie game.
The appeal play at third goes for naught. Valbuena ties the game.
The error comes into play, and it hurts it, and Pfister will not have a decision. Well, at least if Shopik scores, he could take a loss.
He cannot get the win. Grady Sizemore could put him on the hook for a loss if he can deliver here. Grady 1 for 2 with a walk tonight. Outside ball 1. Lowe can crank it up there, as you see, 96 miles an hour. So for one of the few times this year, Mark Lowe cannot hold the lead. But again, as you pointed out, that was a tough situation to come into.
Yes, it was. It sure was. I don't care who you're facing.
Very little margin for error. Eight days ago, he had a scoreless inning streak of 9 1/3 innings snapped. One pitch inside, he missed. Stay tuned after the game tonight for This Week in Baseball, and then you'll see the Cleveland Browns Detroit Lions replay at 11 p.m. right here on Sports Time Ohio. Two one in the dirt, 3 balls and a strike. Full day of programming on tap for you tomorrow as well. Chrysler Jeep Indians on Deck show at 12:30. Indians Mariners at 1. Another Browns Lions replay following the game. Then all bets are off tomorrow night, followed by the Golf Zone with Jimmy Hanlon and Cleveland City Star Soccer. All tomorrow night on STO. 3-1. Taps it foul. Got a piece of him before it rolled out into fair ground. Kenji Jojima is going to go out and talk with Lowe. 3-2 the count on Grady Sizemore with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Doug Pfister with the arms draped over the dugout railing. 6 1/3 innings tonight. And that unearned run is the one that proves costly here in the 7th. Misplay by left fielder Michael Saunders opened the door for the Tribe, and they've taken advantage.
Yeah, and Seattle's 3rd in the league as far as giving up unearned runs. And it's going to come back and hurt him tonight.
Crowd hoping to see Sizemore come through here in the 7th. Low, the payoff pitch. And it's a high drive, deep left center, but playable. Gutierrez is there, and the inning is over. Indians tied with an unearned run, 3-3 through 7.
and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Three our score as we go to the 8th inning now. It'll be a battle of bullpens the rest of the way. Chris Perez coming on in relief of Aaron Laffey, and Perez has done a nice job for the Tribe. This will be his 17th appearance of the year. No wins or losses, an ERA of 3.45. He's walked 5 and whiffed 17 in 15 2/3 innings of work.
Yeah, he is really settled in, and I don't know if he feels a little more comfortable, a little more at home, but he's done a terrific job.
He'll face Mike Sweeney, Russell Brandon, Bill Hall here in the 8th. There's a drive deep left center. Grady chasing back, and it is high off the fence, just beyond his reach, and into second with a double is Mike Sweeney. Boy, Grady Sizemore gave it all he had, but couldn't get to it.
That ball went off the wall and it came back and hit him. I mean, I thought that ball was going to be out of here. They're going to pinch run for him, and boy, he jumped all over that first fastball. He smoked it. I thought it was out of here. Watch the ball come down and hit Grady.
Oh, it did. Got it right in the shoulder.
Yes, it did. He came up. He was going to jump as high as he could on that wall, and it hits that auxiliary scoreboard.
Oh, or it might have got him in the neck.
Yeah, it came straight down towards him. He wasn't going to get there, but he knocked it down, and it's a double anyway.
So back come the Mariners now. Go-ahead run in the scoring position as Ryan Langerhans. Here's the pinch runner for Mike Sweeney. And what's interesting here, Rick, is you've got Russell Brandon. Now, obviously, he could pull the ball and get that runner to third.
Right.
But you're probably, this is not a, you just talked about guys who bunt, guys who
don't.
This is not a bunt situation.
No, not when you've hit 30 home runs, you're not bunting. He's going to swing, and, he's hoping for 2 runs. And at worst, he's going to get the ground ball. He's going to put it in play, he's hoping. But, Perez makes his pitch. He could strike him out, and no advancement. Elevate that a little bit more, please. He had enough on it that he just fouled it off, but you want it a little higher.
Indians have that shift on. 3 on the right side. Peralta playing close to the bag at third with that runner at second.
There he did.
Gets by
boy,
Shopik.
Oh, boy.
And that's going to allow the go-ahead run to get to third.
They didn't call that a swing? You got to be kidding me. I thought he swung. He did not. They appealed it, and they asked.
Part of Shopik's equipment came popping off.
Yeah, what happened to that ball?
His toe guard.
Let's see. Check the swing first. That ball slider down. Okay, back footer. That's a tough play. That is a wild pitch. Nothing Kelly Shopik could do. Boy, oh boy, wild pitch. You give him the third base. Now you got to bring the infield in with nobody out. Actually, you got to hope you can get a punch out here.
Oh, boy. Takes a foul tip right off that dome.
Shopik is getting beat up tonight. It's not been a good evening for him.
He got drilled in the chest with a pitch in the 7th inning while he was trying to bunt. And now he gets a foul tip right off the helmet.
He struck out twice. He's been hit by a pitch. They're fouling balls off him. They're throwing wild pitches. Hasn't been a good day. Biorhythms are down.
Mom always said there'd be days like this.
Yeah, you hate days like this.
2-2 the count.
Fastball in, belt high or above. Go for the punch out.
Swung on and missed. Good 96-mile-an-hour fastball away. And Brandon could not catch up to it.
Well, that's the one thing that Perez can do. He can strike you out. Unfortunately, he allowed that base runner to go to third. Let's check out the sequence. There's the wild pitch that allowed him to go to third. You see, it shows you Perez throws hard because he was down in that zone enough where Brandon was just fouling it off, shopping. Yeah. If it was a little slower, he could launch it, but it shows you that Perez has great stuff. Infield remains in.
And Bill Hall, 2 for 3, 2 singles, will be the batter. More traditional alignment, though, with the right-handed hitting Hall at the plate. And a good smother job by Kelly Shopik on that slider.
Well, that's the pitch, you know what, as a hitter, you're not going to swing at until you have to. You want his fastball. Right now, his slider, that's the one he threw the wild pitch on. Here's one he's throwing it in the dirt. And he's very conscious of throwing that ball where he's not going to hang it. If he misses, he's going to miss down. So as a hitter, you're saying, I'm not swinging at that. I'm going to make him elevate it and look for his fastball.
Again, it's in the dirt, 2-0.
You don't have to swing at the breaking ball early in the count.
Now, you do have first base obviously open and Kenji Jojima on deck. Hall has 2 hits tonight. 4 hits already in the series. And Jojima has been struggling of late. The 2-0 popped him up, and back into the seats it goes. Two and one to count, with a runner at third, and one down here in the 8th in a tie game. Bruce Hines, the third base coach, offering some advice to Ryan Langerhans. Came on to pinch run for Mike Sweeney after he doubled here in the 8th inning. Right back to the screen. 2-2. Now again, Perez has a chance for the strikeout. This Indians bullpen has been much improved. And a lot of it has to do with guys falling into roles and knowing what's expected of them.
Makes a difference, doesn't it?
Sure does. 2-2.
Struck
him out looking.
Beautiful.
96-mile-an-hour heat from Chris Perez. He's fanned back-to-back hitters.
I'll tell you what, that was a perfect pitch. Fastball, outside corner, right there. Beautiful pitch. Look at Hall, didn't even think about offering that. I don't know if he was looking for a slider or not, but when you're throwing 96, I don't think you have much thing but to look for the fastball and react to the breaking ball.
So Kenji Jojima will step in. Indians infield backs up, normal depth now. Jojima has twice lined out, once to third, once to right field, and he also flied out to right. Last time up, he hit a sinking liner that Chu made a nice catch on in right field. Ground ball to short. Big hop for Cabrera. What a job by Chris Perez. Gives up the leadoff double. Wild pitches him to third. As you get a look in at the Nerve Center here at Sports Time Ohio, this is where all of the high-priced talent that we have.
That's exactly right. You see the names right there on every camera. Where's Big Pat? Is he in there? He's
somewhere.
Hiding. Where is he? He's hiding.
As Dribble Cabrera 0 for 3 leads off the home half of the 8th. And Mark Lowe delivers low for ball 1.
We didn't see the audio side of that, Chuck. Better check that. That one guy might be sleeping.
Might be. He's been asleep for the last 4 innings, probably.
Last 4 innings now, 5 years.
The 1-1 delivery to Cabrera. Swing and a miss. Speaking of high-priced Sports Time Ohio talent, join Jimmy Hanlon and Mike Cairns for the inaugural Tee It Up Ohio Golf Tournament Thursday, August 27th at Stonewater Golf Club in Highland Heights. $110 you'll get golf on one of the East Side's premier golf courses. Lunch, dinner, prizes, gifts, and a pre-golf clinic. The tournament is presented by golfnow.com, and you can register by visiting golfnow.com or teeitupohio.com. And I understand that Jimmy's pre-golf clinic is guaranteed to add 10 yards to your game.
10 yards, but he doesn't say it's going to take off 3 strokes. He's going to offer you more distance.
Not until he sees you putt. Can he make that kind of claim?
I want strokes taken off. I don't care about the yardage. And he did see me swinging. He can guarantee he can't do anything about it.
If he could help Tommy Bowe as a putter, then he's a miracle worker.
He'd earn his money.
Cabrera with a high pop in the right field. I think he just missed hitting that one a mile. He had a good swing on it, but just missed it. And that's out number 1. And we'll go back to the STO studios once again for a Ford Sports update. Here's Ashley Collins.
Thanks, Matt. We'll head out to Kansas City with the Twins leading it 5-2, and Alexei Castillo was single to right field. Brendan Harris will score, and Minnesota now leads with 6-4 in the 7th. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Ashley. So Kansas City putting up a fight there as the struggling Twins try to keep their fading playoff hopes alive. Swing and a miss. Shin-Soo Choo 1 for 3 tonight. One way or the other, it looks like Kerry Wood is coming on to work the 9th, whether it's with an Indians lead or whether it's a tie game. Oh, 0-2 the count as the documentary crew that's filming Choo all week here in Cleveland looks on, hoping for some late inning heroics.
Yeah, well, this would be the perfect time. They could cap their week off if they could see Choo hit one out of here. So I'm sure, as we told them, when Choo does something special, the crowd will chant Choo. They'll get a really good chance to hear it here. But he's got a tough customer to face.
Big hopper for Brandon. He'll take it himself, 2 down.
Well, tickets available for the AM/PM all-you-can-eat seats. Your $32 upper reserve seat ticket includes unlimited hot dogs, popcorn, peanuts, nachos, Pepsi products. Just visit Indians.com or any Indians team shop. That's the AM/PM all-you-can-eat seats.
Three our score, bottom of the 8th. Johnny Peralta, 0 for 3, will be the batter. Off-speed pitch is low, 1-0. Peralta trying to extend his hitting streak to 8 games, but this is a sky-high pop and will not get it done. Josh Wilson grabs it and will go to the 9th, tied at 3. And Kerry Wood will come into this situation facing the 8, 9, and leadoff hitters for Seattle.
47th appearance for Kerry. Did pitch an inning in yesterday's ball game. Did give up a run. Gave up 3 hits in that, and he had a strikeout. Didn't have command of that breaking ball.
Well, he's going to have to deal with Josh Wilson, who is 3 for 3 tonight and has 5 hits in 7 at-bats in the series so far. So ball 1 down low. White Sox closing in on a win against Baltimore. They're in the 8th inning in Chicago. White Sox on top 4-1. Tigers will be in action in just about a half an hour out in Oakland. Minnesota leads Kansas City 7-4. They're in the 7th at Kauffman Stadium. Just missed, and it's 3-0. Taken all the way, belt high strike. Michael Saunders on deck. We'll see if Wilson is taking again or if he's looking to turn it loose here. It doesn't matter. It's in the dirt, and that's ball 4. And the Mariners get the leadoff man aboard for the 2nd inning in a row in this tie game. Check out the results in the Alltel text poll question of the game. A little trivia. 48% say Harold Reynolds. Mariners record for most steals in a season with 60. It's one of Murph's old ESPN buddies.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Now, Murph knew that. That's why that question's there.
Saunders 0 for 3. In on the grass at third is Peralta. Pitch is low, ball one.
Well, here's the guy, the reason why it's a tie game. He got it started off, so he's got a chance to atone and make up for himself. His job now will be moving that runner down to second base.
Pops it in the air, and Marte grabs it at first. One down. A poor attempt there by Saunders. Time now for our Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game. Aaron Laffey, really gritty the way he went after it tonight. Gave up 3 in the first and then shut him out after that.
The grinder tonight.
Yeah. When I say poor attempt on that bunt by Michael Sanders, when you're trying to sacrifice, you're not. I mean, he looked like he was bunting for a hit, trying to drag it by him out.
Pull it with him.
You just want to get it down there.
Absolutely, on the ground, anywhere you can get it down.
Well, Ichiro Suzuki is 0 for 3 tonight, and he takes a strike. He has twice grounded out, fly to center, and walked. Just 1 for 8 in the series. Swing and a miss. Ichiro started the night 15 points behind Joe Mauer in the American League batting race. Close pitch, didn't get the call. 1-2, some groans from the hometown faithful.
Just a little, I mean a little bit high. Shopik tried to bring it back down.
Missed with that off-speed pitch, and it's 2-2.
He is, I mean, that's the one thing that I thought he always had the best, a good slider or a breaking ball. But when we watched Kerry Wood pitch this year, it's been inconsistent. He hasn't had it a lot of times throughout the course of the game. Not that he hasn't tried to use it during the game, but he started off this inning, first 2 breaking balls, and he fell behind in the count. He ended up walking the leadoff man. But, I mean, that has been an inconsistent pitch for him. When that breaking ball is on, he's throwing 96 every time. His velocity is always there. It seems like he overmatches hitters, but he doesn't have it.
Without a doubt. And, you think back to all the years he had as a starter. If you don't have it in the first inning, you can come back to it.
Yeah.
You can find it. But when you come in as the closer, you don't have a lot of time to find it.
That is exactly right. You got to end up throwing the pitch that you got. That's the fastball. Then it's a matter of locating, because even if you throw 96, these guys can get geared up for that.
Two. Swung on and missed. Wood blows it by Suzuki, 2 down. He cranked that one up to 98.
But a good spot. That was away. He couldn't get geared up for that one. Those feet, they weren't moving fast enough that time for that fastball. But this is Seattle's MO during the course of the year. They play a lot of close games, a lot of one-run games. They have won 28 one-run games, which is the most in baseball, at 28-15 as a team. And you look at the Indians, they have played 31. They're 16-15.
And as I told you last night, over half their games have been decided by 2 runs or less. So you take those 1-run games, and then you look at the 2 runs. Most nights, they're nail biters to the finish.
I mean, not a lot of room for error.
2-0 the count with the go-ahead run at first. That was the leadoff man. They've been unable to move him. There's a high drive to center. Back goes Sizemore a few steps. And he's got it. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth here at Progressive Field, tied at 3. The ninth, all tied at 3, and right-hander Sean Kelly coming on now for Seattle. He will face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Indians. Travis Hafner, Luis Valbuena, and Kelly Shopping. Sean Kelly for the 28th time this year. He's pitched 29 2/3 innings. He's walked 6, punched out 25. In his last 9 appearances, Sean Kelly has given up 2 earned runs in 11 innings of work. And that covers almost an entire month. He did spend time on the disabled list with the old oblique strain. Actually, almost 2 months worth of time down on the DL.
Huh. That's the injury that Aaron Laffey had.
Yeah. Travis Hafner looks at a strike. Kelly made his major league debut back in April. Struck out the first batter he faced. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Just spoiled it to stay alive at 94 miles an hour, so Kelly can rush it up there as well. Looks like Mark Lowe, who was the first reliever into this game for Seattle. Conrad's postgame show comes your way right after we wrap things up here tonight. And Ashley Collins will host the Conrad's postgame show tonight, as Travis Hafner is out looking to start the ninth. So 1 down for Luis Valbuena, who is 0 for 3. Mariners got 3 runs in the first inning tonight, highlighted by a 2-out, 2-run homer by Russell Brandon. And then the Indians kind of clawed their way back in it. And then in the 7th inning, Valbuena started it with a fly ball to left at Michael Saunders. Oops. And eventually, Valbuena would come around to score on a sacrifice fly by Andy Marte to tie the game at 3. Indians' first run Came when Matt Laporta scored on a double play ground out by Cabrera in the third. And then Travis Hafner had a solo homer in the fourth. 2-1 the count. Two balls, two strikes, with one out here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Balbuena looking for a hit to keep his modest 4-game hitting streak alive. Oh, he had a good rip there, but it was straight back. Sean Kelly with a 2-2. And it's beaten into the ground foul, so Balbuena spoiling a lot of pitches here.
This guy throws pretty hard, and he's got a good breaking ball. That's why Balbuena was out in front. You've got Shopik waiting on deck.
And now the 2-2. Swung on and missed. 2 down. And Kelly Shopik is all that stands between Sean Kelly and extra innings tonight. Shop 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, hit by a pitch his last time up. That's nothing new for Shopik. We're right back at it tomorrow at 1 o'clock. As Felix Hernandez goes for his 13th win of the year for Seattle, Fausto Carmona counters for the Tribe. Hit him again.
Unbelievable. That ball runs in, and that's the spot where it all started this year. Remember where he got hit in that elbow, and he's not a guy that wears the pad. He sits up there, and he doesn't move. And he takes it. I remember it was like he got hit in back-to-back games in that same spot. Remember how black and blue his arm was? Well, second consecutive time he has been hit by a pitch.
So the winning run is at first with 2 down here in the ninth. Twice hit by a pitch tonight to give him the lead at 18. Matt Laporta fouls it back. 0-1. Laporta, his infield single in the third led to the Tribe's first run. And a strike at the knees. 0-2. Just missed a little bit low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Last of the ninth, tied at 3. Shopik the winning run at first base. And he went too far, and that'll do it. Sean Kelly strikes out the side, and we've got extra innings tonight. Field. It's a Saturday night in downtown Cleveland, so we will play on.
Yes, we will. Let's go. Extra innings. The Mariners have played 11 extra inning games. They are 7-4. The Indians have played 9. They are 3-6.
Tony Sipp for the 31st time this year. 2 wins, no losses. 24 innings of work. He's walked 17 and punched out 27. He will face Jose Lopez, Ryan Langerhans, and Russell Brandon. Lopez 0 for 4 tonight. Now you think of Sipp as being a lefty-lefty guy, but he has had just as much success against right-handed hitters this year.
Well, you had a chance to talk to him today on the pregame show, and he said he's, throwing his changeup a little more now to righties?
Well, his last outing, he said he had a good changeup. He said, I wish that I always had that pitch. He said, some nights it's just not there, though.
Yeah.
But his slider is still, that's his money pitch. That ball's hitting the alley, right center field. Chu, a long run. This will go to the fence. Lopez into second with a double. That's nothing new. That's his 32nd double of the year. His first hit of the night.
That is their 3rd double. And their 10th hit of the night. And he stayed on it. Ball up, out over the plate, and you don't have to try to pull it, boy, and let him supply the power. And he shoots the gap in right center field. Now we're going to have, let me see, they pinch ran for Mike Sweetie the last time up.
Ryan Langerhans will stay in there.
Okay, Langerhans is it.
They really don't have another right-handed option. Langerhans looks at the ball outside. I mean, they've got Griffey on the bench, but he's left-handed hitter. Jack Hanahan, another left-handed bat. You've got Jack Wilson, but he's banged up. And then the backup catcher, Rob Johnson, right-handed hitter. Looking to move him over here. Indians pinch in at the corners. Langerhans squaring. Shopik's going to jump on it. He'll go to first. And the sacrifice is completed. 2-4. And the go-ahead run goes to third base.
He got it down. He really actually just killed it into the dirt where Shopik has to go out and play just out in front of home plate. And perfect. Sacrifice, 2-4.
So now the infield in, Russell Brandon. He was in this position in the 8th inning and struck out with that go-ahead run at third base. Tony Sipp goes right at him with a good fastball for strike 1. The thing about Tony Sipp, too, is that his fastball is good enough that he can challenge guys with it. You know, there are a lot of left-handers, as this ball's fouled away, who live in that 88 to 91 range, and that fastball, if you don't locate it perfectly, can get hit hard. But
Tony's up, 92, 93? Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't mean he's bulletproof by any means, but it gives you a little more margin for error as a pitcher. He's got Brandon in an 0-2 hole. Tried to get him to chase, but that was a little too tall for even Russell. And the 1-2 pitch. Straighten him up. 2-2. It has not been lost on Tony Sipp either that really the last several times he's been called into a game, the game's on the line. I mean, he's in those situations, so he understands that he's filling a pretty critical role right now in that bullpen. Yeah.
I think you like that as a player.
Good off-speed pitch, but Brandon able to hold up. Normally, in the past, that's a pitch that he would have chased after. But that's also why he's having a lot more success this year.
Yeah, that's a pitch a lot of hitters will chase after. You get to 2 strikes, and it's just off the edge.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Infield in, payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out with a good heater, and that is out number 2. Now Russell Brandon in back-to-back at-bats with that go-ahead run at third base. Can't get him home.
See, he wants to see the replay. He swung at ball 4. He went out of the strike zone. He was patient enough when he was down in the count. But, boy, you get that count to full, and it goes to show you, instead of taking the walk, he wanted to be the hero there. Try and drive him in. He swings and misses.
And now Eric Wedge wants to go a matchup here. He wants the right-hander to face Bill Hall. So Joe Smith will be coming on when we come back. Tenth inning, Mariners have the go-ahead run at third base. 2 down, right-handed hitting Bill Hall coming up. And the Indians go to their right-hander, Joe Smith. Smith coming on for the 35th time this year. No wins or losses, ERA 3.45. In 31 and a third innings, he's walked 13, struck out 27. And he's on to get one big out right now and keep this game tied at 3. Right-handed batters hitting .205 against Joe Smith, 18 for 88. And Bill Hall looks at a first pitch strike. Outside 1-1. In case you're wondering, left in the Indians bullpen, you've got left-hander Rafael Perez, Jensen Lewis from the right side, and Jess Todd from the right side, because I'm assuming Tomooka is not available.
No, no, sir.
Fouled straight back. 1-2 the count. Mariners just 1 for 7 tonight with a runner in scoring position. And they have missed on some golden chances here in the last several innings. 1-2 pitch, just a bit outside, 2-2. They had a leadoff runner at third base in the 8th inning after a double and a wild pitch. But, boy, what a job by Chris Perez to get a couple of strikeouts and then a ground out to get out of it. Now the 2-2. Foul tip. All stays alive. There is Jose Lopez representing the go-ahead run for Seattle. And now the 2-2 from Smith. Full count. Payoff pitch. Swung out and missed. He struck him out. Well, once again, the Indians bullpen making some tough winner first.
Somebody has to score before they can bring all that out on the field.
Rockin' Blast Part 2. We got some.
They went through it. Their
serious
dry run was
contraptions.
last night. Yes, they do. No smoking around there.
Andy Marte will lead off the bottom of the 10th for Cleveland. Sean Kelly stays on. Joe Smith got the strikeout to end the top half of the 10th, and Marte looks at ball one inside. Andy 1 for 2, drove in the tying run tonight in the bottom of the 7th with a sacrifice fly. Missed inside, 2-0. High pop. Shallow center. In comes Gutierrez. One down here in the bottom of the 10th. Grady Sizemore to the batter. Grady 1 for 3. He singled back in the 3rd inning. He has also walked tonight. Back into the seats it goes. 0-1. Up high, fouled away. 0-2. Different story for these two teams when it comes to extra innings. Indians 2-3 at home, 3-6 overall. The Mariners 5-2 at home, 7-4 overall. There's a high pop on the infield. Third baseman Bill Hall calling for it. 2 down. As Drupal Cabrera 0 for 4 will be the hitter. Saturday night here in downtown Cleveland. These two teams will square off one more time. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we'll have it for you. As Felix Hernandez and Fausto Carmona square off on Sports Time Ohio, 1 o'clock. Hernandez looking for his 13th win. He's 12-4. Fastball strike. One ball, one strike. Cabrera was 2 for 3 last night with 2 walks in the game, but they have held him down tonight. Missed up high with the off-speed pitch. 2-1.
There you go, partner.
Back up. Oh, just missed us.
Just a little too high for you. I thought it was right in your alley.
You know what? It might have knocked Charlotte's Web loose, though. 2-2 the count. 2 down, base is empty, and it's in the dirt. So one more chance for Cabrera in this at bat to try and put one in play. Or he could take a walk and let Shin-Soo Choo have a chance. Kelly's payoff pitch is low, ball 4.
Oh boy.
So the winning run is at first base with 2 out here in the bottom of the 10th. Mariner bullpen is about to get busy as Shin-Soo Choo comes to the plate. 1 for 4 tonight.
That Seattle outfield very deep. That no doubles defense, because that is the winning run at first base. Go foul. Fair ball.
They call it fair, and the inning is over. Luis Rivera, first base coach, arguing with first base ump Brian O'Nora. Now Eric Wedge is going to come out and pick up the argument. And Joe Smith will stay on to face the bottom third of the Seattle order here. Left-hander Rafael Perez is warm and ready in the Indians bullpen. Kenji Jojima 0 for 4 will be the batter. And a fastball strike to the outside corner. Good pitch again. Nothing into the count. That's hit a long way, deep left field. Back on the track and pulling it down is Matt Laporta. One down. And that'll bring up Josh Wilson, who is 3 for 3 tonight, 3 singles and a walk. Little tapper foul, third base side. Bruce Hines with a flip to one of the fans.
Well, whether these fans want to leave or not, they've got to wait. They've got Rock and Blast following this ball game, and they're saying, well, will you please hurry up and score? We want to watch the fireworks show. You try to explain that to an 8, 10, 12-year-old that's sitting down here. Well, you got to wait till the game's over, son.
We need a winner first. No ties in baseball. Down low. Ball and 2 strikes. It stays 1 and 2. Sounded like he broke a bat. Rolled to third, and Johnny Peralta pulled Marte off the bag, but he's able to tag Wilson for the out, 2 down.
Just a routine throw, nothing to worry about. His throw pulls Marte off, but he was able to tag him.
We've got timeout here at Progressive Field. Another pitching change. Eric Wedge is going to go to Rafael score here at Progressive Field. We're in the 11th inning. 2 down, bases empty. Left-handed hitting Michael Saunders coming up, and left-hander Rafael Perez on for the Indians. 38th time this year, a win, 2 losses. ERA 8.04. In 31 and a third innings, 20 free passes, 24 strikeouts. Michael Saunders 0 for 4. Will bat with 2 down. And he's the reason we're still here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Back in the, the 7th inning.
His error opened the door for the Indians to come back and tie this game. They did it without a hit. A 2-base error. What amounted to a sacrifice bunt by Laporta on a ground out.
That was to start the inning off.
And then a sacrifice fly by Andy Marte brought home Luis Valbuena with the tying run. Ball 1 from Rafael Perez. The 1-0. Hammered into right field, a base hit. Saunders holds with a 2-out single. And that will bring up Ichiro Suzuki. Now, left-handed hitters have been a problem for Rafael Perez all year long.
Well, you're right. They're up to 4. Well, they came into the game 421. Another hanging slider. Something he has not been able to do this year. And, you know, he used to be very intimidating, not only left-handers, to both lefties and righties. But this year, the left-handers is giving him problems. And Eric Wedge, you know, he brings him in because he's got to figure it out if he's going to help this ball club.
Oh, Ichiro 0 for 4 tonight with a walk. Oakland leads Detroit 2-1. They're underway out on the left coast. The 1-0. Ichiro thought about a bunt. White Sox held on to beat Baltimore 4-1. So Chicago, for the moment, 3 games in back of Detroit, hoping to pick up another half game if the A's can beat Detroit tonight. Minnesota 7-6 now over Kansas City. They're in the 9th inning at Kauffman Stadium. Down low, and the count 3-0. Right-handed hitting Franklin Gutierrez waits on deck. Popped him up on a 3-0 pitch. Valbuena will make the catch. We'll go to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied at 3. Seattle, where the Indians, back here in Seattle. We're back here in Cleveland where the Seattle Mariners and the Indians are tied at 3. And we're going to the bottom of the 11th inning. Seattle goes back to their bullpen. And it's Randy Messinger coming on. He'll face Johnny Peralta, Travis Hafner, and Luis Valbuena. Just called up from AAA Tacoma today. He takes the place of Chris Jakubauskas, who got the boot back to the minor leagues. Randy Messinger's been around a while. He's just turned 28 years old. He's pitched in the big leagues with the Florida Marlins and the San Francisco Giants. Originally signed with the Florida Marlins way back in 1999. He was an 11th round pick of the Marlins. Breaking ball, strike 0-2. Messenger was signed by Seattle as a minor league free agent after San Francisco released him last July. Now low, 1-2 strikes. Peralta with a high drive, right field. There is Ichiro, 1 down. Or did he? Yep, yes, it's an out. He dropped the ball while he was pulling it out to throw it. So it will be recorded as an out. Let's take another look.
Okay, possession, and then he just...
Yep. Travis Hafner, 1 for 4 tonight. Hit his 12th home run of the year back in the 4th inning. And looks at a strike. Randy Messenger grew up in Nevada, born in Reno, makes his home there.
Reno, Nevada.
Went to Sparks High School.
Oh, yeah.
Pitched the only no-hitter in school history while there. Hafner is out number 2, and you spent a little time in Reno.
That was my very first stop in A-ball was Reno, Nevada, back a long time before he was born.
Back in the long time ago.
Yeah, long time ago. Well,
he was born in 81, just to give you a little.
Long time ago. Like I said before, he was born. And I do know where Sparks is, just outside of Reno.
2 down now for Luis Valbuena, who officially tonight 0 for 4. But when he reached on that error in the 7th, he was able to eventually come around and score the tying run. Two balls, no strikes. Randy Messenger has retired the first 2. Now Valbuena drives one deep down the right field line. Gone! Indians win it. Luis Valbuena with his 7th home run of the year. Let the fireworks show begin. The Indians are a winner. 4-3 the final tonight. The Indians, who had not homered in 10 straight home games, hit 2 tonight. And the last one will send everybody home happy. And the series is now even at a game apiece. Talk about ending this game in the blink of an eye.
Well, yeah, and there's a guy you don't expect to go deep. You're just looking, let's go for a double or an extra base hit.
Well, let's take a look at our key play of the game, brought to you by Key Bank, the banking home of the Cleveland Indians.
Boy, oh boy, look at this. 2 outs. I mean, it was right down the line, so he knew. He had a good look at it, and he knew it was ball game. Oh, a fastball middle in. Look at him. Stayed fair. Ricocheted out. Indians on a walk-off win. And yes, indeed, you can smile now, Luis Valbuena. Good job.
Key play of the game brought to you by Key Bank. Proud to call Cleveland home for 183 years. Key Bank helps local families and businesses to grow and supports area organizations and charities. Feel safe at home with Key Bank. Well, it took 11 innings, but we have a winner. And Rock and Blast will begin in a little while. Indians win it tonight 4-3 on the Valbuena homer. Conrad's postgame show is next.